When a recipe circulates the internet claiming to have the secret to the best garlic bread, I am obviously going to be compelled to test it out. For best-selling cookbook author and TikTok food star Jake Cohen, the secret is using 4 full heads of roasted garlic. I grabbed the ingredients and got to cooking on a dreary afternoon just days before Halloween, luckily for me because, with the amount of garlic I used, vampires don't stand a chance. Squeezing roasted garlic is my K&K. Hashtag garlic bread. I make compound butters all the time to keep in my fridge and freezer to step up meals. I had a gorgeous baguette, so decided to make the garliciest garlic bread there was. Cohen told me about his recipe's genesis. It's definitely taken off because people love garlic bread as much as I do. Since they were posted this summer, his supremely satisfying garlic bread videos have been viewed nearly 70 million times combined, with many viewers entranced by the Dr. Pimple Popper style garlic squeezing. LOL, I literally accidentally deleted this video at 15 million views because I'm an idiot.
Let me break down some garlic content before we get to the good stuff. One average-sized garlic bulb has between 10 and 12 cloves of varying sizes inside. That means this recipe uses 40 to 48 cloves smothered onto one skinny baguette. I've used similar amounts of garlic before in a meaty stew, where the juice and about a liter of red wine make the number feel less daunting. But 48 cloves? I was a little skeptical. What makes Cohen's recipe work, however, is that garlic when roasted is far less overwhelming than the raw stuff. The heat actually changes the molecular structure inside this pungent allium so that the flavor becomes sweet and buttery, with undertones of that tangy spiciness coveted by garlic lovers. For anyone who has never before roasted garlic to squeeze its tender innards onto crunchy bread, well, you're in for a treat. Garlic bread is easy to make and the perfect accompaniment to a range of delicious pasta dishes, salads, soups and stews. It typically consists of a handful of kitchen staples I happen to love: a crusty baguette, basil or oregano, butter, salt, olive oil and, of course, garlic. It can be as low maintenance as buttered bread sprinkled with dried garlic. In Cohen's recipe, he uses a mixture of room temperature butter, roasted garlic, fresh basil, crushed red pepper and salt. Here's how to make it before roasting the garlic. Trim off each bulb's pointed tip with a knife so all the cloves are exposed. This makes it easy to squeeze the meat out once it's soft. Next, toss them into a sheet of aluminum foil, drizzle with olive oil, close the aluminum pouch and bake for 1 hour in the oven at 400 F. This hour of roasting is ideal because by the time the garlic is done, that warm, savory scent wafts through the kitchen, getting everyone in the mood for dinner. Once the timer goes off, remove the garlic from the oven. I unfolded the foil and waited at least 10 to 15 minutes to let the garlic cool down a bit before adding it to my butter mixture. The satisfaction of feeling that warm, tender mush ooze out of its paper-like shell is well worth the wait. I let my 6-year-old do some squeezing, and it was just the kind of tactile activity he needed to decompress after school. After pinching all the meat out of each garlic bulb, I mixed and mashed it into the butter until thoroughly integrated. Finally, it was time to spread the garlic butter onto the bread, which I'd halved lengthwise. Cohen brushed his on, but a butter knife or back of a flat spoon also works well. Bake the bread on a baking sheet again at 400 F for 15 minutes and, when it's done, slice it up. Cohen's secret to the best garlic bread had promising results. Each slice was wonderfully crunchy on the outside but soft and warm on the inside. The basil leaves added a welcome sweetness and a fresh factor that can sometimes get lost in garlic bread recipes. The red pepper was just subtly spicy. The garlic was just strong enough that I capped out at 2 slices paired with my eggplant parm, but not overwhelming. My favorite bites were those where I'd get an extra browned flake of garlic that maximized the warm, earthy flavor that distinguishes Cohen's recipes from others. I'd make this garlic bread again using all 4 bulbs. I do think, however, it would stand up to being an equally successful recipe with just 2 or 3, just as long as you get that long roasting time in there. Plus, I don't need to ward off all the vampires.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.